Alright traders, listen up. We're about to dive deep into the psychology of trading, and trust me, this is where the real money is made. I've been in the trenches for years, and I'm here to tell you that mastering your mind is the key to consistent profits. Let's start with the big one. Emotions, fear, and greed. They're the twin engines that drive this market. You've seen it, right? A stock starts to dip, and suddenly everyone's rushing for the exits. That's fear in action. Or maybe a hot new tech company is soaring, and traders are piling in like there's no tomorrow. That's greed talking. But here's the kicker. These emotions aren't just affecting individual traders. They're creating waves that move entire markets. Think about it. When panic selling hits, it's not just one trader making a bad call. It's a herd mentality, a stampede that can crush even the most promising stocks. And on the flip side, when greed takes over, you get bubbles that are just begging to pop. As traders, we need to recognize these patterns and learn to swim against the current. Now, let me tell you something that might surprise you. Your trading strategy. It's not as important as you think. Don't get me wrong, having a solid strategy is crucial, but I've seen traders with mediocre strategies consistently outperform those with supposedly foolproof plans. Why? Discipline. It's all about sticking to your guns when the market's trying to shake you out. I remembered this one time. I had a trade that was going south. Everything in me wanted to cut and run, but I stuck to my plan, held my position, and guess what? It turned around and ended up being one of my most profitable trades that month. That's the power of discipline over emotion. But here's where it gets really interesting. Risk management isn't just about numbers on a screen. It's about managing what's going on up here in your head. You've got to accept that losses are part of the game. Every trader, even the legends, takes hits. The difference is how you handle those losses. Set your stop losses before you enter a trade. Decide on your risk-reward ratio and stick to it. This isn't just about protecting your capital. It's about protecting your mind. When you know your downside is limited, you can trade with a clear head. Now, let's talk about a trap that I see even experienced traders fall into. You've had a good run, you're feeling invincible, and suddenly you're seeing opportunities everywhere. Or maybe you've taken a loss, and now you're desperate to make it back. Both roads lead to the same place: impulsive decisions and unnecessary risks. The key is patience. Wait for those high-probability setups. They're out there, but you've got to have the discipline to wait for them. It's like fishing. You don't catch more fish by casting your line every 5 seconds. You wait for the right moment, then you strike. Developing a trader's mindset is a journey, not a destination. You've got to start thinking in probabilities, not certainties. There are no sure things in this game. Every trade is a calculated risk. And here's a tough pill to swallow. You need to detach yourself emotionally from both wins and losses. I know. Easier said than done. But think about it like this. Would you rather have a trader who gets ecstatic over every win and depressed over every loss, or one who calmly analyzes each trade, win or lose, and uses that information to improve? This brings me to one of the most powerful tools in a trader's arsenal: journaling. I'm not talking about Dear Diary stuff here. I mean a detailed record of every trade you make. What was your thought process? How did you feel before, during, and after the trade? What were the market conditions? Reviewing this journal regularly is like having a coach who knows you better than you know yourself. You'll start to see patterns. Maybe you always overtrade on Mondays, or you tend to ignore your stop losses when trading a particular stock. This kind of self-awareness is gold in the trading world. Now, let me share a secret that took me years to learn. Trading is a marathon, not a sprint. I've seen so many traders burn out because they're always chasing that one big win. But that's not how real success in trading works. It's about consistency. It's about making steady profits over time, managing your risks, and gradually growing your account. Think about the compound effect. Small, consistent gains add up to something huge over time. It's not as sexy as hitting a home run on every trade, but it's a hell of a lot more reliable. As we wrap up, I want you to remember this. Mastering the psychology of trading is an ongoing process. You're never going to reach a point where you've got it all figured out. The market is always changing, and you need to change with it. But if you can learn to control your emotions, stick to your discipline, manage your risks, and focus on the long game, you'll be way ahead of the pack. So, what's your next move? Are you going to let fear and greed drive your decisions, or are you ready to take control of your trading psychology? The choice is yours, but I can tell you this: the traders who master their minds are the ones who end up mastering the markets. Now get out there and trade smart. All right, traders, listen up. We're about to dive deep into the psychology of trading. And trust me, this is where the real money is made. I've been in the trenches for years, and I'm here to tell you that mastering your mind is the key to consistent profit. Let's start with the big one: emotions. Fear and greed. They're the twin engines that drive this market. You've seen it, right? A stock starts to dip, and suddenly everyone's rushing for the exits. That's fear in action. Or maybe a hot new tech company is soaring, and traders are piling in like there's no tomorrow. That's greed talking. But here's the kicker. These emotions aren't just affecting individual traders. They're creating waves that move entire markets. Think about it. When panic selling hits, it's not just one trader hitting the sell button. It's a herd mentality, a stampede that can crush even the strongest stocks. And on the flip side, when greed takes over, you get bubbles that are just begging to pop. As traders, we need to recognize these emotional currents and learn to swim against them. But here's the thing, and this might sting a little. Your trading strategy isn't as important as you think it is. Yeah, you heard me right. I've seen traders with mediocre strategies consistently outperform the geniuses with their fancy algorithms. Why? Because they've got iron discipline. Discipline is what keeps you in the game when your gut is screaming at you to bail. It's what makes you stick to your trading plan, even when every fiber of your being wants to chase that sure thing. Trust me, I've been there. I've felt the temptation to throw my plan out the window. But the traders who make it in this game, they're the ones who can look temptation in the eye and say, not today. Now, let's talk about risk management. This isn't just about numbers on a screen. It's about managing what's going on between your ears. You've got to accept, embrace the fact that losses are part of this game. Every trade you make is a risk, and sometimes you're going to lose. The sooner you make peace with that, the better trader you'll become. This is where stop losses come in. They're not just a safety net. They're a mental lifeline. Before you even think about entering a trade, you need to know exactly where your exit point is. What's your risk-reward ratio? If you can't answer that question, you shouldn't be in the trade. But here's where it gets tricky. You've had a good run, maybe closed a few profitable trades in a row. You're feeling invincible. That's when overtrading creeps in. Or maybe you've just taken a hit, and you're itching to jump back in and make it back. Both of these mindsets are poison to your trading account. The hardest thing to do in trading is often nothing at all. Waiting for those high-probability setups, the ones that tick all your boxers, that's where the real skill comes in. It's not about how often you trade. It's about how well you trade when you do pull the trigger. So how do we develop this trader's mindset? It starts with thinking in probabilities, not certainties. There are no sure things in this market. Every trade is a calculated risk. The moment you start thinking you've got it all figured out is the moment the market is about to teach you a very expensive lesson. You've got to detach yourself emotionally from both your wins and your losses. Easier said than done, I know, but think about it like this. Would you rather have a trader who's riding an emotional roller coaster, making decisions about your money, or someone who's cool, calm, and collected? This is where journaling comes in. And I'm not talking about some Dear Diary nonsense. I mean a detailed record of every trade you make. What was your thought process? How did you feel before, during, and after the trade? What worked? What didn't? This isn't just busy work. It's the foundation of your growth as a trader. When you look back at your journal, patterns start to emerge. Maybe you'll notice that you tend to overtrade on Mondays, or that you have a habit of cutting your winners short. This kind of self-awareness is gold in the trading world. Now, I know some of you are getting antsy. You want the quick fix, the secret formula that's going to make you rich overnight. Well, I've got news for you. It doesn't exist. Trading is a marathon, not a sprint. The traders who make it in this game are the ones who understand that success comes from consistency, not from hitting home runs. It's about showing up day after day, sticking to your plan, managing your risks, and slowly but surely building your account. It's not sexy, it's not exciting, but it's what works. And let me tell you, there's nothing quite like the feeling of seeing your account grow steadily over time, knowing that it's the result of your discipline and hard work. So, here's your challenge. For the next month, focus on your trading psychology more than your strategy. Keep a detailed journal. Set clear risk parameters for every trade. Practice waiting for those perfect setups. And most importantly, stay disciplined. Remember, the market will always be there. There will always be another trade. But your mental capital, that's finite. Protect it, nurture it, and watch how it transforms your trading. This game isn't just about reading charts or analyzing fundamentals. It's about mastering yourself. Do that, and the profits will follow. Now get out there and trade smart. Your future self will thank you for it.